In a small rainy town, there lived a little boy named Noah. He was only 8 years old and lived with his mother in a tiny old apartment near the market. Life was not easy for them. Noah wore the same faded clothes every day, and his shoes were old and torn from the bottom. But even with all the struggles in life, Noah always smiled warmly at everyone he met. Every morning before school, his mother would gently fix his hair and say,
Kindness makes a person truly rich.
and Noah never forgot those words. One cold morning, heavy rain covered the streets. Children hurried toward school with colorful umbrellas, while cars splashed water across the wet roads. Noah carefully walked through the puddles, trying to protect his broken shoes from getting wetter. As he reached the school gate, he suddenly noticed a little boy sitting alone on the stairs. The boy looked scared and cold. His feet were bare, red from the freezing weather. Children walked past him without stopping, but Noah slowly walked closer.
Where are your shoes? Here, take mine.
But they're yours. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That afternoon, Noah walked home barefoot through the freezing rain. His feet were cold and painful, but deep inside his heart, he felt warm and peaceful. When his mother opened the door and saw his bare feet, she became worried. Noah, where are your shoes? Noah quietly told her everything that had happened. For a moment, his mother said nothing. Then tears slowly filled her eyes. She pulled Noah into a tight hug and whispered, "I'm so proud of you." The next morning, Noah arrived at school and stopped in surprise. Near the classroom door stood a large box. Inside were brand new shoes, warm clothes, school supplies, and fresh food for his family. On top of the box was a handwritten note. "Kindness always finds its way back. Thank you for helping my son." Noah looked around and noticed a man standing near the school gate with tears in his eyes. It was the father of the little boy. After hearing what Noah had done, he had spent the entire night searching for him. Soon the story spread throughout the town. Children began helping each other more often. Teachers spoke about kindness in their classrooms. Even strangers started smiling more. And all because one little boy decided to give away the only pair of shoes he had. But Noah's story did not end there. A few months later, winter arrived in the town. The nights became colder, and icy winds blew through the streets. One evening, Noah was returning home from school when he saw an old woman sitting alone near the bus station. She looked weak and tired. Her hands trembled badly from the cold. People walked past her quickly without paying attention. Noah slowly walked toward her. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he asked gently. The old woman forced a weak smile. "I haven't eaten since yesterday," she whispered. Noah looked inside his school bag. His mother had packed him a small sandwich for dinner because there was little food left at home. For a second, Noah remembered how hungry he would feel later that night. But then he quietly took out the sandwich and handed it to her. The old woman looked shocked. "This is your food," she said softly. Noah smiled. "My mother says food tastes better when shared." The woman's eyes filled with tears as she accepted the sandwich with shaking hands. That night, Noah reached home late. His mother noticed that he looked tired and hungry. "Did you eat your dinner?" she asked. Noah hesitated for a moment before quietly telling her the truth. Instead of getting angry, his mother gently held his face and smiled proudly. "You have a beautiful heart, Noah." A few days later, something unexpected happened again. Noah's mother suddenly became very sick. She developed a high fever and became too weak to work. Noah became scared because they had very little money for medicine. That evening, while Noah sat beside his sleeping mother, there was a knock at the door. When he opened it, he froze in surprise. Outside stood several people from the town carrying food bags, warm blankets, medicine, and flowers. Among them was the old woman from the bus station. She smiled warmly at Noah. "I told people about your kindness," she said softly, "and now it's our turn to help you." Noah's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in his life, he realized something important. Kindness never truly disappears. It travels from one heart to another. Days passed and slowly his mother recovered. The town itself also began to change. People became kinder. Shopkeepers gave free meals to poor families. Children shared their lunch at school. Neighbors helped one another during difficult times. And somehow, all of it had started with one little boy and his broken shoes. Years later, Noah grew older and became a teacher. But he never forgot the struggles of his childhood. Every winter, he would buy shoes, warm clothes, and food for poor children in the town. One snowy evening, while walking home, Noah noticed a small boy sitting alone near the road. The child's shoes were torn badly from the bottom. For a moment, Noah saw himself in that little boy. He smiled softly, sat beside him, and said, "Don't worry, everything will be okay." And in that moment, Noah understood that kindness is like a light. Even the smallest light can brighten someone's darkest night. And years later, people still remembered the little boy with the
Hey everyone, I'm Noah, your new teacher.
Hi, Noah. We need help.
Don't worry, I'll help you.